No, you're not seeing double. This is Show 2 coverage from the Good Guys Nationals in Columbus, Ohio. This time out, the Lokar Car Show focuses on unique rides, supreme customs that tickle the eyes.
Welcome to another edition of the Lokar Car Show series, coming to you from beautiful downtown Columbus, Ohio, and the Ohio Expo Center. It is the 16th annual PBG Good Guys Nationals, and man, I'll tell you what, there are so many different vehicles here. What caught my eye just strolling down through here? Check out this tri-power under here, and Bing, tell me, why this vehicle?
I've always liked the 56 Ford pickup, and it's got the original 272 Y block in it, something I've always been attracted to.
Now, this was the color the truck was when you got it.
Correct. I've had the truck about 4 years now. We've lowered the stance, we've redone the entire engine, we've redone the interior. Other than the color of the truck, everything else has pretty much been changed on it.
Now, you're from Indiana, but this truck spent a lot of its life down south.
Yeah, it came from North Carolina, Monroe.
What would you say is the most fun thing about having something like this?
It was taking it apart and putting it back together.
What kind of plans do you have for it?
At this point, I think we're pretty content for now, and I think we're happy with it, just to get out and drive it and enjoy it.
Did you drive it over here from Indiana?
No, I've got a daughter that would not make it very far in here, so we put it on a trailer and drove it over.
But other than that, she's not a trailer queen, though.
Oh, no, and the daughter definitely enjoys riding in it, so that's the fun part.
Well, Kathy, you want unusual cars? I'll give you an unusual car. How many of you know what that is? Look again. No, it's not a Cord. Designed by the same guy that designed the Cord. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Graham. To be exact, a 1939 Graham. Did you know they made something this gorgeous back in 1939? And I like the color combination. I'm not sure where that particular color came from, if it's stock or not, but it really goes very well together.
Well, that's one of the hardest things to do in a car is to pick out colors. And at the time that we were finishing this, Cadillac had a white diamonds color, which was what you're looking at here. And we actually doctored that up with some red pearl to pick up the copper. And those are the two colors that I was after, and that was after doing 10, 12 colors.
Look at the chrome windshield wipers right here, and notice the windshield comes to a peak. Now, I doubt if Graham put a sunroof in it back in 1939. Look at this gorgeous, supple leather. Look at that really nice console. I think he probably took that out of something. I'm not sure exactly what. And I see some controls right there for an air ride suspension.
This is sitting on a Crown Victoria chassis, and just before we finished it, we elected to go to a complete Lincoln modular drivetrain.
Got a nice looking rear seat, a lot of wood touches right in here.
Nothing on the interior is Graham. Seats cut down, fabrication to make the back seat, consoles were all made. The sculpturing on the doors, that's all completely different. A fellow that did it for me, a good friend of mine, he told me that was the hardest interior he had done in 30 years.
Look at the shape of this handle. Talk about something extremely custom looking. Nice running boards right here. Take a look at the taillights up here, not clear down here on the back. This car has a look all its own. I like the 40 Ford looking double rear glass back there. 1939 Graham. Kathy, you can hunt all over and you won't find another one of these here at Good Guys.
Some of the most fun that you can have coming to an event like this and checking out the vehicles are the rare vehicles you don't get a chance to see a whole lot of, and especially when you find a gentleman who wanted one of these 55 Pontiac Safaris for 15 years, and you got one now. This is a really neat, rare piece.
Yes, it is. They only made 3,700 of them. And the Nomad Chevrolet's counterpart, they made 8,000. And Chevrolet outsold them 3-1, but I've always liked this design.
Look what you've done with the paint and everything on this. Isn't that what you do?
Yeah, I'm in the custom paint business, basically hand striping steel for 39 years. Just completely redid the car without taking the body off, because I like to drive my car. The colors I come up with, tangerine pearl and white mother of pearl, and I got chipped glass, real fine chipped glass, sprayed in the paint where it gives it just a little sparkle.
What else are you going to do to her?
Basically just drive it. I like the way it is, and I might put a different stereo system in it, but I like the way it drives. Drives great. It's got air ride on it, and it rides like a new Cadillac.
This one has a lot more options on it, though, than what the Chevy came with, right?
Well, one of the most expensive cars paid for in 1955 was the Pontiac Safari. It had all the options that Pontiac Star Chief had.
Plus the convertible.
Yeah, exactly. Same as a convertible. You're exactly right. You know a little bit about Pontiacs.
That, and I can also read the great sign that you have on your vehicle, too. We're going to find some more wonderful vehicles here coming up on the Lokar Car Show here in Columbus, Ohio.
This edition of the Lokar Car Show is being brought to you by Lokar Performance Products. Quality, plain and simple. ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. Soft Seal, quality is our legacy. Tough Country, leveling kits and lift kits for all major brand trucks. And by Cyclone Transmission, bringing the storm to you.
Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show series, coming to you from Good Guys in Columbus, Ohio. Hello again, everyone. I'm Ted Jones. This is a 1951 Ford. You might not have known it had I not told you. Talk about customization. Where do you start on this?
Those are 55 Cadillac bumpers, the biggest Dagmars that they make. And we form fit them to the front of the car and fitted the Cadillac bumper on there. I handmade the billet grill inside, and we teardrop the headlights.
Well, first of all, I love the blue scallops or flames. This has got 50s and 60s look all over it. The dummy teardrop spots. And look, he took the blue and put on the spots right here, picking up the blue color. Coming inside, a lot of tuck and roll on the interior right here. Again, just like the 1950s. Got the flame steering wheel right there. I'm going to get to the good part in a minute. Tunneled antennas right here with a musical note. Look at the Lakes pipes, and of course, talk about slamming. You want your sweep back fender skirts? How about these fender skirts that just keep going and going and going and going?
We cut the whole back end off and redid it and slanted the back. Then these skirts are almost 10 feet long, and I had to take 4 skirts to make these. They're Gene Winfield bubble skirts.
He's got a couple stereo speakers. He calls it Shaboom. You know the 50s song right there, Shaboom? Well, he named the car after that. And yes, you're right. These are flamethrowers, folks. Flamethrowers. 2 spark plugs in these flamethrowers because that's what was really popular back in the 60s and late 50s. I mean, if you really had a cool car, nobody did it this well. This guy throws these flames 10 or 15 feet into the air.
Then I have a couple at home that shoot over 100 feet in the air, but they won't let me bring them out here.
You know, if you can ask a car what it thought, what it really wanted to be when it grew up, I think this one is a whole lot happier than it was when it rolled out of the factory, probably in late 1968, early 1969. And Jim, there was no motor in there, anything like that, when this one came off the assembly line.
No, this was originally a 6-cylinder car, and currently has a GM crate engine. It's a ZZ454.
This looks like it would be fun to take down the track.
Yeah, I've had it down the drag strip, and it was a lot of fun. Running street tires, so no traction. Best I had was a 1218 at about 109 miles an hour.
It just gives you an idea of what you can do to take a car that wasn't born this way and make it your own.
Sure, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've always been into cars, and you know, this is one of my favorite ones. I've had it for 12 years. And people ask me all the time if I want to sell it, and I just tell them it's not for sale.
So no amount of money would talk you out of this car.
Maybe some amount of money, but not any current offers.
Putting this car together and making it your own, what would you say was the toughest part of it?
I think just a lot of research and, you know, talking to people that have done these kind of cars before, talking to the vendors, trying to find out what works, what doesn't work, and then get the best combination, and then having the guts to do it.
You gonna ever throw any slicks on it?
I hope to.
He wants to see that 11-second time slip out of this car, and I'm fairly sure that she wouldn't have any problem doing it. Ted?
Okay, folks, what is it? Well, it's obviously a supercharger, a blower, but look at it. I mean, it's not huge. It's not a GMC. No, sir. That is a Scott. That was a blower that was built overseas. Very popular, very rare to find. Set it down on an original flathead V8 in this 1932 Ford four-door Offenhauser heads. A couple nice old Holly carburetors here to feed that blower. Talk about retro. Talk about a hot rod. This is a hot rod. No fenders, took the fenders off. Take a look right here. At least he does have some disc brakes, older ones. He does have an electric fan on it, you can see right there. So he's made it a little bit modern, but still it looks like what I called a hot rod. Back out of the 40s and 50s, this is how they did it. I love the original suicide doors that they had on the 1932 four-door Ford. See, you see the Deuce Coupes, but you don't see a four-door. Look at the old original bench seat, reupholstered, of course. It's got the original dashboard in there with some newer gauges on it, and check out these meats back here. These are huge. This is the gas tank, folks, on the 32 Ford. That is the actual tank, and they call that the reveal because it's revealing the gas tank. And the modernized, of course, put a trailer hitch on there now. You wonder what he pulls with that. Probably a little trailer, and goes around to meets like these Good Guys meets, for instance. You know what? We'll take a little break. When we come back, Kathy Fisher will have more.
Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show series and the 16th annual PPG Good Guys Nationals at the Ohio Expo Center here at the State Fairgrounds. Unique vehicles. That's what this show is all about. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before, Brad. A 1956 Crown Vic. This thing didn't come from the factory with purple on it.
Not at all. It was put on by me.
Now, this car has been in your family for how long?
Since 1956. My dad bought it new when I was born.
That is unreal. I mean, it didn't have the purple on it. Was it red?
Well, it was white pearl like it is with the red scallops on it instead of the purple scallops, and I just changed the color of it.
This car didn't have the top quite like this. I find that pretty interesting.
Yes, it was cut off at my shop here in Columbus, and I spent a lot of time thinking this through. I put a tonneau cover snap-on for the weather, and a lot of the custom work was done from me and my dad in the front of the car, the back of the car. There's a lot of history in this car.
This interior didn't look quite like this either.
Yes, that has a 65 Thunderbird interior in it, white pearl also.
What's under the hood?
It has a little 302 just for street driving and a C4 transmission.
You gonna keep this car forever and ever?
Yep, I gotta keep this car. That was one of the rules.
All right, just one of the many great vehicles that we get a chance to see when we come out to the Good Guys Show. And Ted, what do you have for us inside the building?
Well, Kathy, you know, all the people out there in the show want beautiful wheels. I moved inside the display area here at Good Guys. I'm talking to Jeff Daly from jdwheels.com. Not only do you have all kind of wheels, but you're not a brick and mortar store.
No, we're strictly an internet-based business, and we do swap meets. So we ship wheels all over the country and do shows for the people.
Now that means you can sell wheels a little bit cheaper because you don't have all the overhead.
That's what our customers tell us.
Yeah.
Seems like we do a good job with that. They like that.
And the people from outside your state don't pay sales tax.
Correct. We ship wheels all over the United States, outside of the country. And
let's talk about some of the wheels you have. What brands do you carry?
We're a full-line American Eagle Boss dealership. In the Riddler line, we just made a new polished wheel, and they build them exclusively for us. So JD Wheels right now has the polished 695s, 17 and 18-inch only.
I thought I saw some Kragers down there.
Correct. We're now a Krager dealer this year. Everyone wants that wheel, and we're now full-line Krager dealer.
Now, what if I want the whole package? I see all kind of tires here.
We work with the customers, and we build tires and wheels. We ship them. They go out mounted and balanced. Lug nuts, just pull them out of the boxes and bolt them right on.
So you have the lug nuts to fit the wheel, make it work out. You know all about offset and everything.
Correct. 18 years JD Wheels has been around, so this is all we do.
And I see a lot of pictures on your internet. How do I get my picture on there of my car?
Customers send us photos. We ask them once they put the wheels on. Sometimes we get before shots and after shots. or just send us the new shots, and we post all the pictures on the jdwheels.com website.
So that's all you want. You buy JD Wheels, you get your picture on their website. Plus, you can go to the website and get an example of how the wheels are being used.
Right. Putting the pictures, people don't have to guess. You know, if they've got a 72 Chevelle, they want wheels, there's pictures of 72 Chevelles. We do it all. It just bolts right on, guaranteed fit.
All right, so most of your sales are by internet.
Internet, JD Wheels, and trade shows.
Okay, jdwheels.com. There you've got it. Back to you, Kathy.
Ted, what better to do on a beautiful day like today than grab the family, throw them in the station wagon, and hit the road? You know, I have a feeling that this wagon could tell a whole lot of stories. But you're just now starting to make stories with this wagon, right, Bob?
Exactly. I've only owned it since October.
Why an Olds station wagon?
Yeah, it's a pretty rare car. They only made 1,800 of them. Belonged to a friend of mine. He passed on. I bought the car out of the estate.
It's really in good shape.
Yes, it is. He kept it pretty nice. There's some history to the car. Supposedly, Dale Evans and Roy Rogers used this in some of their movies on their ranch.
Wow, have you ever been able to document that?
Not exactly. I don't think they own the car, but I think the studio may have owned it, but I can't confirm that.
Sure is fun to think about the story, though. You know what I mean?
It's a great story, even if it wasn't true.
Well, I'll tell you what, they didn't have that nice LS3 motor under the front.
No, they didn't. That was part of the reason I bought it. I like the LS motors.
And now you're going to be making your own history with this one, too. So thank you for bringing this vehicle out and sharing it with us. And we're going to have more unique vehicles just like this one coming up here at the Good Guys Show in Columbus on the Lokar Car Show.
This edition of the Lokar Car Show is being brought to you by Lokar Performance Products. Quality, plain and simple. B&M Racing, America's #1 shifter. Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. Extreme Gate, are you ready to take your truck to the extreme? And by Do More Truck, everyday truck users get it.
Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show, coming to you from the Good Guys in Columbus, Ohio. Folks, what is it? You think it's an Anglia? Well, you're close. Anglia is an English Ford, and this is made in England. This is a 1936 Morris. Not a Morris Minor, a Morris. What a neat little street rod. And you know the most unusual thing about this? It's a right-hand driver like they do it over there.
You gotta get used to it, but you know, it's no big deal.
Okay.
It's hard pulling it up to the bank window and stuff.
Why a Morris?
I like the suicide doors on it, and I was looking for a hot rod to build, and it kind of caught my eye.
Take a look at what he's done with the aftermarket steering column, aftermarket steering wheel, aftermarket gauges in the original location, spread all the way across the inside there, and a Lokar shifter. See, you can make a Lokar shifter work on about anything you want.
I have a 2.5 2000 Ranger pickup truck engine in it.
The Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
Yes, it has no back seat, okay, nice front seat up here. Suicide doors, that's the way they built them back in 1936. That was so popular because they thought it was easier to get in and out of the car. Nice running boards. I like the color on it.
It's a Jaguar color, and it's a Chrysler silver on it. I work in a body shop, and that's what I picked out.
And the louver's not on the hood, but on the side panel instead. Really neat looking. Got some pretty wheels to dress it all up. And I especially like this little crease right here, right down the middle of the front fender. I think that's a really nice touch and gives this car just a little bit of class. You can bet this thing is a head turner. He's got a hatch right back here on the back of it, and it's legal. It's a street rod. He can drive it on the street.
On this week's Lokar Lowdown, talking about Cadillacs and something that's really, really easy to change, Brian.
We did. We've come up with something that's for the Cadillac CTSV, the drive-by-wire pedals. You find them in a lot of the muscle cars now, and a lot of the people that run in LS motors mainly because this is the pedal assembly that would come in most GM crate motors.
And what we're talking about here is just this part right here that we're going to be changing.
Correct, yeah. They give you the drive-by-wire pedal, but it's out of a CTSV, so the thing that you've got to look at is, do you want that black plastic piece in your car? So what we've tried to do is come up with a way to customize and make it fit a little bit better. I mean, if you've spent the kind of money to put that type of application together and that kind of technology together, we want it to look better for you.
Yeah, and really easy to change. We only have 2 fasteners here on the side. Brian, this is all nice billet piece, nice grips, and not only the color that we see here, but it also comes in the Midnight Series.
It comes in the Midnight Series, so you can put it in with a black interior, however which way you want to make the car look, but it comes with a lifetime warranty, and it's everything you need to get the job done to make those motors look a little bit better inside.
Quality, plain and simple. It's Lokar, made in the USA and lifetime warranty. Want to find out more? First, you can like them on Facebook or just go to lokar.com.
It's the Good Guys giveaway car. You can actually win this 1932 tribute car. That means it's a replica. It's been made to look just like the famous 32 Ford. I love the yellow color on this. George Poteet did this car and donated it for the giveaway. Some lucky person's going to win this that comes to the Good Guys event. Take a look inside. Beautiful, soft, supple upholstery. I like the job that was done right here on the seats, and they tied in the color of the steering wheel upholstery to the upholstery on the custom dashboard right here. Aftermarket gauges in the original location with a 140 mile per hour speedometer. Of course, it's got the really neat shifter sticking way up there. Looks like to me it probably has some air ride controls down there, and of course the turn signals are right over here. Has a nice size back seat in it. You really could put some people back there and give them a comfortable ride. Now, you know, a real hot rod doesn't have any fenders on it, Kathy Fisher.
No, it does not, but man, can you imagine winning this thing?
Yeah, it would be one thrill. Did you notice the quick change rear end, the little logo down there?
Yes, this is definitely an official Good Guys car.
Yeah, they put that on there. Underneath is as beautiful as it is on top, and I would love to win this car. I'll tell you what, go to the Good Guys website if you want to know more about it, right?
Right, that's right. You can go to the Good Guys website, get all signed up, and Ted, if you won this, would you ever let me drive it?
We can talk about that after we go off the air. Look at the exhaust coming back. I like that.
Yes, the way it's all tucked in, it's definitely done nice with the pencil rolled tips and everything. This is a beautiful car.
Oh yeah, leaving the fenders off was correct. This is a hot rod.
Hot rod, and that's what we like to see when we come out to the Good Guys shows.
Yes, indeed we do. Well, we're out of time, folks, so for Kathy Fisher, I'm Ted Jones from Columbus, Ohio. So long, everyone.
Goodbye.
And finally, the Lokar Pick of the Week. This awesome automobile will be in competition for the Pick of the Year at the end of the season, a special December episode of the Lokar Car Show. What do you think will win? Stay tuned.